Satellite images, one bloody picture, and suddenly the internet explodes. Did Iran destroy a key American radar system? Was a critical military asset knocked out during retaliatory strike? Or is this simply online speculation? Well, the radar in question plays a major role in air surveillance. It helped detect threat, track the aircraft, provide early warning. If it was damaged, that would be significant. And if it wasn't, the rumor themselves, it start revealing something important. Can you think how modern conflict really works? A few decades ago, military battles, they were fought mainly on land, in air, or maybe at sea. Today, there is another battlefield: information. In fact, images, narrative, and social media. A single satellite photo, it can travel around the globe in a minute. A single claim, it can dominate headlines before governments even have time to verify the facts. And that is exactly what appears to be happening here. Supporters of the claim, they argue that the images reveal serious damage. In fact, skeptics argue that conclusions are being drawn too quickly here. Military experts, they are urging caution. In fact, intelligence analysts, they are looking for more evidence, and ordinary people are left wondering what is true and what is not. Because in today's world, perception can be almost as powerful as reality. Governments do understand this, militaries do understand this, and increasingly the public is learning it too. Whether the radar it was truly damaged or not, the whole controversy itself, it tells us something important. The Iran and the US conflict, it may be cooling diplomatically, but the information war, that is very much alive. And as long as competing narrative, it continues spreading online, every image, every video, and every rumor, it will be examined through a political lens. But now here are the emotions running higher than in Israel. Because while Washington talks about diplomacy, many Israelis believe that something very different is happening. Basically, a peace agreement is signed. Leaders are shaking hands, photographs are taken, official statements are released, diplomats celebrate, television anchors, they talk about breakthroughs. Everything appears calm, everything appears hopeful, everything appears under control. And then suddenly, an influential Iranian leader, he publicly praises Hezbollah and attacks Israel. Just like that, the mood changes. Questions begin flooding in. Has anything really changed? Is this genuine peace or merely a temporary pause maybe? That is the challenge facing the new agreement, because peace is no longer judged only by signatures. Peace is judged by behavior. Peace is judged by actions. Peace is judged by what leaders say after the cameras leave. Well, the supporters, they argue that diplomacy, it takes time. They say decades of hostility, it cannot disappear overnight. Now, they say expecting immediate trust, that is unrealistic. And perhaps they have a point. But critics see something very different here. They argue that rhetoric matters, word matters, messages matters, because when influential political figures, they continue using very controversial language, doubts naturally appears. Think about that for a moment. If two rivals genuinely want peace, shouldn't their public messages, it begins reflecting that goal? Shouldn't the tone start changing? Shouldn't there be signs of maybe a little bit of friendship? Well, those are the questions many observers are asking today. And those questions do not only matter for America and Iran. It matters for the entire West Asia, because this region, it has seen countless agreements, countless ceasefires, countless diplomatic announcements. Some succeed here, many fail. And the difference was often trust. And right now, trust remains in short supply. That is why the world is watching so carefully. Not just the agreement itself, but everything happening around it. Every statement, every speech, every social media post, every signal, because sometimes the most important part of a peace agreement, it is not what is written on the paper, it is what happens after the ink dries. And yes, already another controversy is emerging, one that involves satellite images, military technology, and a claim that could dramatically reshape perception of the recent conflict. Did Iran actually damage a key American military asset? That's where we go next.